Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Raising the Curtain, a Bloomington Normal Theater podcast with Ashley Raylin. I'm going to apologize right now for any birds you might hear in the background or wind. We are outside today at the Connie Link Amphitheater with the two individuals who are playing SpongeBob in the upcoming SpongeBob Squarepants musical at the Connie Link Amphitheater in collaboration with the high school Town of Normal Theater. How are you guys?
We're good.
We're good?
Yeah.
You guys want to tell everyone who you guys are?
I am Miguel Diaz, and
my name is Tanner Grissinger.
We are a couple days out from opening. Are you guys excited, nervous? Tell us what you're feeling right now.
So, I'm super excited. This has been a whole new experience because last year was my first year as an incoming freshman that I was able to do this program, and we just had the one cast, and this year our director came up with the idea of two casts, so that has been a whole new experience, and it's been exciting. So my cast will open, we will be the first show to open, and then Miguel's cast will open the night after us, and then we'll switch.
So you each get 4 performances, if I remember correctly. Exactly. Miguel, is this your first time doing the Connie Link shows?
it sure is. Yeah, last year I took a class online, and because I just took my studies seriously, I thought I wouldn't have time to do Newsies or High School Musical, and so I regretfully
not doing either.
But I went to High School Musical about 4 times.
Excellent.
I made so many new friends just by telling them they did a good job. So I really wanted to do it this year. And even better, they did a show that I've been wanting to do since middle school, where my dream role was SpongeBob. So
there you go.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I was a little nervous coming up to this week and this weekend in terms of singing, but I feel like my character and my relationships and chemistry with the other cast members is really well, and I'm really excited.
Perfect. What grades are you guys in?
I will be a sophomore at University High School next year.
I will be a junior at Normal Community High School.
Awesome. Did you guys do your school shows this year?
Absolutely.
What'd you guys do?
So University High School did Mean Girls High School Edition, and in that I was cast as Damien Hubbard, and that was super fun. That was one of my dream roles and crossed it off the list.
My school, Normal Community, did The Little Mermaid, and I was cast as Sebastian the Crab, and that was so much fun.
Have you guys ever had to do a show with a double cast before?
No, me personally, no.
Me neither.
So, as someone who's also involved with the production, we had already a shortened rehearsal for what most musicals get, and having rehearsal split. What has that experience? Do you feel like you haven't had enough time? I know Leeds got to work with the music director early on. Explain that a little bit for us.
I feel that when I first got casted and during that first week of realizing what was going to happen, I knew that it would be tough because double cast on a show that just from looking at it, I knew would be really hard, and it's already a short amount of time that we all get to work on it. So I knew it would be quite the experience. But I feel like so far we're pretty prepared. And yeah, everybody's been working really, really good with each other. And we've all been, like, for example, if I wasn't there for a rehearsal, Tanner would share me the notes, what we did, and we would just get caught up. It was very easy to make friends and just help each other out with that.
Awesome. What about you, Tanner?
So auditions were in March, I believe, and that's different from last year because last year they were held in April. And one of the other differences about this year is auditions were held during Mean Girls at U-High, and I think it was pre-Tech Week that the cast list came out, and then it was like Tech Week that we had our first read-through with the group, and so things were just crazy. And also going into it, I knew with the double casts, like, there was so much work not only to be done here where we had the time to rehearse, but I also had to take myself home and work really hard on it. And I think Miguel and I and the rest of the cast with lines, especially Miguel and I. We are playing SpongeBob. The musical is called SpongeBob. We have lots of lines. So
can you explain a little bit the difference between working in an outdoor theater space versus in your high school auditoriums?
So it's very different. My first year experience at U High was just amazing. The opportunities that we have there with like lights and sound and costumes and all of the resources that we were given to put on these shows, it's just amazing. And also working out here at an outdoor theater is also super amazing because we do have a lot of resources. We have so many hardworking adults, and you know, the families come on the weekends and like help put it together. But the one big difference that you will notice when you come see a show here, please do come see it. We've been working very hard, but you have to be patient with the sound. The sound has been, I think, Connie Link's biggest it's just so difficult. In musicals, you have all these big ensemble numbers, and you have to mix all these different parts together, and then you have to put it with the live pit and just, yes, it doesn't mix well with the speakers that we have out here just because they're outdoor speakers. They're here all the time. They get weathered, you know. But we have been so fortunate to get new speakers, new microphones this year, so that's really exciting.
Lots of improvements from last year.
This is my first time working on an outside theater, and compared to normal community, it's much different. It feels, for at least me, and I know my friend Davis feels the same way, it feels much more open to ideas, if that makes sense. Like, our stage is very linear. Stage right, stage left, those are the only two entrances, really. But here it feels much more, and maybe it might just be the show, because the show's very, you know, entrances here, entrances there, but it just feels much more live, much more lively, and it's been fun to work outside and sweat a little bit. It's been nice.
Also, I do have one thing to add. Working out at Connie Link, when you're putting on shows and you have the live audience there, it's very different than when we're working in our high schools, because you can feel that the audience is like there with you more than when they're sitting 50 feet away from you. Like, they are right there, and you're just going through the entire show with them, and this is a great space to get the audience involved, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, with playing the role of SpongeBob, were you guys, obviously, I know, Miguel, you said you were familiar with the musical. Did you guys grow up watching the show? What kind of made you really enjoy in wanting to do this show, and how did you kind of research playing the part of SpongeBob?
I never had the opportunity to watch the show, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Was it on Disney? Was it on... I never watched Nickelodeon when I was a kid, but whenever there was... Like, for example, the movie came out, I became a fan of it. The first movie is the best movie. And memes will get you to like SpongeBob.
Oh, yeah.
SpongeBob, the musical, however, I've known a friend introduced it to me, and I just became in love with the musical.
Yeah.
So I was one of those kids that wasn't really allowed to watch SpongeBob, but don't tell my mom. I watched it still. Yeah, so I snuck away and watched it, but you know, SpongeBob is one of those things where I've never met someone that doesn't know who he is. They don't know the cast of SpongeBob. But with the musical, I haven't really gotten into it, but I started hearing some songs like a couple years back. The show's been out for a while now, but then when I saw that this came out, I really started going into it. I probably watched on Paramount Plus the live version probably 50 times. And I find something new every time I watch it, which is just, I think, really cool.
If you could play a different character in this show, who would you want to play?
What I love about this show is that there is almost not a single let me restart that. What I love about this show is that there's so many roles for both females and males that are all different. That are all different in types of emotions and in what they want. So if I were to choose, probably Squidward.
Yeah. What about you, Tanner?
Okay, so I usually play the comedic relief characters.
Yes.
And, people would say that I would play Patrick if I were to do this again. I actually don't want to play Patrick if I were to do this again. I would want to play Plankton. I know that comes as a shock. And people don't look at me as like being that villain, dark person. But I really like playing the villains. I played Jafar once, and Jafar was a lot of fun. I liked being evil.
Do you have a favorite song in the show?
I really like BFF. It's a song between Patrick and SpongeBob, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah. Miguel's over here contemplating which one he's going to pick.
So this one, I ask people, and they're like kind of mixed opinions with it. They don't know if they like it or not. But I really like Bikini Bottom Day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all 6 minutes of it is just the most fun. And like, this was my hype up song. Whenever this was before I knew that Connie Link was going to do it. But before that, I would just listen to the song and get hyped up because it's a fun song. I also like Best Day Ever. I listen to that on repeat all the time.
There you go. My favorite's No Control, and everyone just like forgets that song exists.
Yeah.
I love that song. So with Connie Link, obviously we're working with different high schools, and you're getting to work with, normal community, Olympia, U-High. I think we have people from West. There's people from Tri-Valley. How is that to be able to experience going through something like this with other people your own age, but who's had different high school experiences than you?
Since this is my first time doing this, it's been really fun to just meet people from all different parts of school. And, like, for example, during audition days, I'd ask, what school are you from? And it'd be nice to know what school they're from.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been truly eye-opening to see how fortunate we are at Normal Community. And, yeah.
Cool. So... during the year, I don't have time to go out and do like community players and other community theater around the area. So the summer is really the only time that I have to do theater because I really enjoy theater, and summer I just like keep it going. But Normal Parks and Rec, this program, I look forward to now. I've only done it twice. It's my second year. But I look forward to it because it's the only time that we have, or that I have, to get together with other people, other high schoolers around my age within the community, and, like, make art with them. Because it's just a lot of fun going out and finding these different talents that everyone has. And, yeah.
Cool. Did you two work together at all when you were, coming up with how you were going to portray SpongeBob? Did you kind of develop your own take on it?
I will say, we haven't really, like, gotten together and been like, we should do this, we should do that. But watching each other, I think we have taken a little bit and shared with our own characters and mixed them together, which I think is really cool because it combines both of the characters. We're not cloning each other, so we still get the Tanner SpongeBob and the Miguel SpongeBob, but we both have these great ideas that we have put together, and I just think that's really cool.
Yeah, and I think that's safe to say for both the casts. Like, they're not going to see the same Sandy, they're not going to see the same Plankton. Who else is double cast here? Karen, Patrick, Puff, Mayor, Squidwards, and I completely agree. Everyone they're going to recognize the cartoon elements that I think you all are bringing, those different elements of each character, but we're still seeing Tanner and Miguel. We're still seeing Davis and Miguel. Or not Miguel, Davis and Marsden. Why should people come see the show?
People should come see the show because we have all worked on it incredibly hard. We're all super proud of it. And it's SpongeBob. It's such a fun show. That, like, you have not seen a show like this before, unless you've seen SpongeBob. But,
right.
But SpongeBob the Musical has so many elements from Broadway, from different types of music, that anyone will enjoy. And
SpongeBob is just, well, first of all, come see the show. We've worked super hard, like overtime, a month to put this big show together. But also, come see the show because it's SpongeBob, the Nickelodeon TV show, put on stage. And I was wondering a few years ago, I saw on Instagram, SpongeBob the musical coming to Broadway and whatever.
I had that same.
SpongeBob on stage.
I had that same reaction. We're all like, "What?
How are they gonna put songs and dance into SpongeBob?" But they did, and it was amazing. Please come see it.
So awesome. So do you know what the show dates are off the top of your head?
yes. Okay, so the show runs from June 13th. Excuse me. So this first weekend, June 13th to June 16th, and June 19th to June 22nd. And that is a Thursday to a Sunday, and then the following week is a Wednesday to a Saturday. Now, the Krusty Cast shows, which my friend Tanner is in. He plays SpongeBob in the Krusty Cast. Those will be the 13th and the 15th. Right?
Yes.
And the 19th and the 21st.
Yeah.
Now, I'm SpongeBob in the Crab Cast, which will go on the 14th, the 16th, the 20th, and the 22nd.
Okay, excellent. So make sure you get your tickets. I know the links are all over Facebook. You can go to the Town of Normal's website and come see all of the kids and all the hard work they've done. It's a cast of high 30s. And even when you don't get to see Tanner and Miguel as SpongeBob, they're on stage as, security guards and some fish. So they do get some nights off, but they're still going to be on stage helping out. So anything you guys want to add before we wrap it up?
When you come see the show, please have fun and don't be afraid to laugh. Don't be afraid to clap, because when you are on stage, that is the best. For me personally, that is the best feeling when people are laughing at your jokes and what you're doing. And then when everyone at the end is clapping and awarding you, it's just such a relief. But also, please bring bug spray.
Yes,
Bring
sunscreen.
a chair, bring sunscreen. Bring all the good stuff. It will be hot next year, or not next year, week, and the week after that. So.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Tanner and Miguel. I'm sure everybody's so excited to see the show, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your tech and a great rest of your performances.
Thank you.
Thank you.